What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I would like to talk about draft prospect Chop Robinson. But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content. Hit that like button for your boy. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys for your continued support, continuing to share out my content on all the social media platforms. If you'd like to follow your boy on Twitter and Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about draft prospect Chop Robinson. Chop Robinson played his college ball at Penn State. He goes about 6'3", 240 to 245 pounds. He is an edge rusher. And I definitely think that the Falcons should consider drafting Chop Robinson if they decide to go with an edge rusher in this upcoming draft in the first round. Chop Robinson is one of those guys I believe that will be a first round pick. But if the Falcons decide to select him, I do believe that we possibly could trade back. I don't think he'll be a player that we have to take at 8. We decide that we want to go with a pass rusher. But he is in my top 5 pass rushers on my current draft board. And just looking at his film and things of that nature, Chop Robinson is one of those guys that has a very quick first step. I feel like that's his best attribute is he gets off the snap really quick and he's able to use that quick first step to get by opposing offensive tackles. So I really feel like he is one of those guys that will be a decent pass rusher in the NFL, could develop into a really good player, has a lot of really good traits. He is a really strong athlete, a guy that uses the bull rush. He can do the hand-to-hand combat as well. He's still a little bit raw when it comes to hand-to-hand combat, but he is one of those guys, like I said, that can bend the edge. Really good in stopping the run, and that was one of the things that I really noticed that jumped off the film when I watched his highlights and when I watched some of his tape. Is he's one of those guys that's really good at stopping the run, setting the edge, and doing his assignment. At Penn State last season, Chop Robinson had 4 sacks and 7.5 tackles for loss. So he's a guy that can play the pass and play the run, which I think is huge when it comes to talking about edge rushers and talking about defensive linemen, because we know rushing the passer is a privilege. You have to be able to stop the run and put teams in 3rd and long situations where the quarterback has to hold on to the football and allow your guys to get home off the edge. So he is one of those guys that can be like a 3-down lineman. And that's something that I'm noticing in this draft. It seems like there's a lot of edge rushers in this draft that are just not specialists. They're guys that can actually be 3-down linemen and play the run. And a lot of the guys that I've watched so far on tape, a lot of these guys are really good in this draft at playing the run as well as the pass. So I really think that Chop Robinson is one of those guys that could have a pretty good NFL career, could be a guy that develops into a really good pass rusher. But as you guys know, I believe in strength in numbers when it comes to rushing the passer. So I believe that the Falcons have to continue to build, this defensive line, continue to add young athletic players to this defensive line. And we've seen it bode well last year for our Falcons, having, multiple guys that can rush the passer. And Chop Robinson is one of those guys that I definitely think could add some value to this Atlanta Falcons team. He plays with a very high motor. He isn't a guy that gives up on plays. But one of the things that I noticed with him is he's mainly an effort player, meaning he plays with a lot of energy. Like I said, he's still really, really raw when it comes to pass rush moves. But I don't necessarily just look at the pass rush numbers. I look at the player's traits. And based off of his traits, his size, his athleticism, I really think he could develop into a really good pass rusher. I believe his best pass rush move right now is just dipping his shoulder and using his speed to come off the edge and going speed to power. But I believe that he catches a lot of offensive tackles off guard with his first step. He has a really quick first step. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Chop Robinson. Do you think the Falcons could possibly draft Chop Robinson and would you take him in the first round? I think that he could be like a in the teens. If I were the Falcons, if we decide that Chop Robinson is the guy we want to go after, I wouldn't take him at 8. I probably would drop back into like the 14, 15 range if you can gather some more draft picks from another team. If we decide to do that, I think that he'll be a good draft pick around the teens, 14, 15, 16 in this draft. But with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on Chop Robinson. But with that being said, I'll have a lot more content coming for you guys. Hit that subscribe button for your boy if you enjoy my content. I will be going live today at 11 on my channel here on YouTube. So definitely join me today. We'll be talking about what should the Falcons do at that quarterback position. But with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.